The Colts may have helped reveal the blueprint for stopping Patrick Mahomes in their 19-13 win over the Chiefs. Indy held KC to only 13 points and allowed only one touchdown from Mahomes. The defense also sacked Mahomes 4 times. He had only been sacked 3 times all season heading into that game. And afterwards, Mahomes talked about how the Colts slowed him down. Take a listen.
They played good defense. I mean, they played man coverage. They rushed with 4 people, and they found ways to get pressure and to cover long enough. And so, for us, I mean, Detroit did it last week. New England did it in the playoffs. I mean, we're gonna have to beat man coverage at the end of the day, and we got the guys to do it.
All right, Shannon, what did last night tell you about your guy, Pat Mahomes?
He's tough. He was under duress constantly. And what we saw, Skip, last year, they were a different team, especially at this point. They had Kareem Hunt. They were 6th in the lead in rushing. And I think when Kareem Hunt got suspended, Skip, I think he was, if I'm not mistaken, he was the NFL's leading rusher at that point in time. I saw, and then everybody saw that, watched the game last night. They saw Pat Mahomes make throws that no other quarterback currently playing right now can make. But even that being said, is not enough. Patrick Mahomes explained they played man coverage. And this is not a blueprint. This is not anything new, Skip. We saw it firsthand in the Super Bowl. The Giants, the Patriots had the #1 offense, high flying. They rush 4, could drop 7 in coverage. You don't give up the big play, and you make them go the long way. And, Skip, we do a lot of talking. Cowboys offensive line, the Eagles offensive line. But the best offensive line in football, I watched it last night, the Indianapolis Colts. Skip, they're good. They can do it all. They can run block. Man, Quentin Nelson, Costanza, Kelly, those guys, they're the real deal. Marlon Mack ran hard. Skip, when you possess the ball for 37 minutes and you only let the home team have it for 22, and what happens, Skip, you start to get antsy. And I give Pat Mahomes a lot of credit, Skip. He still didn't force any throws. He didn't put the ball in harm's way. But Kansas City's defense is worse than what it was last year, because now not only can they not get after the passer, they can't stop the run, which puts them in situations they got to catch, because you got to be slow to react, Skip, because if you run upfield, guys are just going to gas you. They got one playmaker on that side of the ball, the defensive side of football, and that's Honey Badger. If he doesn't make a play doesn't get made. But give the Colts credit to rush 4, to play man coverage with that speed, and they say, you know what, we're not going to give you the deep, we're not going to give you the big play. We're not going to let the crowd get into it, give you a 60, 70-yard touchdown. We're going to make you go the long way. We don't believe you can run the football, and we can stop that with our front 4. But we also believe we can get after you, Pat Mahomes, with our front 4. Give them credit. Now, Andy Reid, you're going to have to go back to the drawing board. You're going to have to find a way to protect this man, because I don't care how good and how gifted he is. If you can't protect him, you can't win in this league. Your quarterback is the most important asset. If you can't protect him, you don't win in this league, no matter who the quarterback is, no matter who he's throwing to.
So, Shannon Sharp, I want to remind you the team you picked to win it all.
Yes.
Kansas City Chiefs.
I did.
Lost at home last night on the solo NFL stage on Sunday Night Football.
They did.
Lost to a mediocre team at best, a team that got wiped out at home by the Oakland Raiders. And they lost 19-13. So they managed only 13 points, did the all-world, all-universe Patrick Mahomes, your runaway Super Bowl MVP, against a defense that was missing the all-pro linebacker Darius Leonard, who just took over the league last year. Right? And they were down. The Colts were Malik Hooker, one starting safety, and Clayton Gathers, the other starting safety. So Mahomes is throwing against a defense that's down 3 of its best players.
But, Skip, I didn't mention anything about Tyreek Hill, Sammy Watkins, and Eric Fisher. 3 of their best players being out. I don't make excuses. You play with who you have, and you try to win with that. They didn't get it done.
13 total points.
That's it.
And what were the possessions? 10 points on 5 possessions in the first half, and that doesn't count the kneel down at the end of the half. And then only 3 points on 4 possessions in the second half.
Not good enough.
4 of 12 on 3rd down. 1 of 2 on 4th down. Not good enough.
No, not nearly good enough
for Patrick Mahomes. So his QBRs have plummeted the last 2 weeks, all the way down to 77 at Detroit. That scale 0 to 100. And then last night was a 58 at home against this injury-riddled Colts defense. I don't know. I saw one great throw. I saw a rollout, escape. If we could see that one play, there's probably nobody in the league that can make this throw.
No.
Maybe Cam could when he was healthy, but watch him escape right. and I thought he was sacked, and then he's not sacked, and then on the run, he just throws a crossbody to that kid Pringle, just some undrafted rookie free agent from Kansas, and that's a touchdown.
Right.
And I thought, here comes the onslaught. Nope, didn't. And that, I'm going to remind you that the Indy defense had been porous against the run. Coming into that game through 4 games, Indy's defense had given up 133 rush yards a game. It was ranked near the bottom. What did Kansas City do to it?
Nothing.
36 rush yards.
Right.
So, again, what's the oldest cliche in football? Running game is the quarterback's best friend.
No.
Well, so he didn't have a best friend last night.
Well, Skip, they haven't been able to run the football quite as effectively as when they had Kareem Hunt. Yeah, they had
got LaShawn.
Yeah,
so.
Skip.
Okay.
If LaShawn was like that, Buffalo would have never let him go. Guys, especially if guys are a problem, we can understand teams getting off them. But normally when guys can play, teams are not just letting them go for no reason. Buffalo is not in the position of letting guys go. Buffalo is trying to get to the playoff for the very first time in a long time. Well, I think they got there 2 years ago. I think Tyrod got them there. But before then, it was 99. Skip, Buffalo's not in a position of getting rid of really good players. We know LaShawn is... Kansas City picked up LaShawn because he's familiar with Andy Reid's offense. And so going out and finding another back that's going to be familiar with the offense was not likely to happen.
Okay.
But if you can't, Skip, at the end of the day, even if they couldn't run the football, if you can't run the football and you can't protect your quarterback, you got no chance of moving the football on offense. And you see, Skip, they were bringing 4 and getting pressure. Now, he already had injured his ankle, and then backed up in the end zone. They backed the tackle up on him, and he ended up stepping on the ankle. It shows the guy's tough, but I don't care how tough you are. If your guys can't get open against man coverage and they only rushing 4, and your defense can't stop anybody, Skip, their defense is terrible. The defense is worse than what it was last year, and we thought, because you remember they got rid of the guy Justin Houston, who was on the Colts last year.
On the Chiefs.
He was on the Chiefs. He's with the Colts now. D Ford, he's in San Francisco, and Alan Bailey, he's gone. Their top 3 sackers are gone.
But they're gone because they wanted to start fresh because that wasn't good enough last year.
And it's worse. It's even worse this year, Skip. And now, I don't know how long Sammy Watkins' hamstring is he's gonna be out. We don't know when Tyreek's gonna come out, but Eric Fisher's still gonna be out, Skip. I'm thinking he had sports hernia surgery, so you're talking about another 6 weeks?
Maybe.
And then when he comes back, he's got to build that strength back up. So we're talking about he's gonna be at least half the season, maybe a little longer. So, Andy, this is what you got. You're gonna have to find a way to run the football to take some pressure, because I don't care how good your quarterback is. And Tom Brady was the MVP that season. 50 touchdowns, 4,800 yards. He was 50-8. Strahan, Tuck, Ossie, and he's on First Things First. I forget his name. Well, Canty.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Skip, when you can rush 4 and you don't have to sacrifice your back end. That goes back, Skip, you remember the Redskins in '83 had the #1 offense in football. Ran up against the Raiders when they can just put 4. They came and got him. Look at Minnesota. They was 15-1. Atlanta could just come get 4. If you cannot protect your quarterback, you're going to have trouble because he won't have time to throw that ball down the field. And he's going to have to find some resemblance of a running game. Skip, you can't be in this situation, 39 pass attempts, 14 run attempts. But it goes back to you only had the ball for 22 minutes. At one point, the Colts had the ball 18 minutes in the second half, and Kansas City had only had it 3. What are you going to do with 3 minutes, Skip?
What did I tell you 2 weeks ago? Andy Reid is the Mike D'Antoni of the NFL. What has happened to Andy Reid all but once when he reached the NFC or AFC championship games? He lost all but one of them. Why did he lose? Because he's all about throwing the football. He's not about running it, and he's definitely not about defense. That's just something you have to play. So he brought in Steve Spagnuolo, and they just blitz. That's what they do. When in doubt, they just blitz. And a couple of times last night, Jacoby Brissett did not hurt them at all. He didn't play very well.
No, because Look, they're not going to put Jacoby Brissett. He's not going to push the ball down the field, Skip. Basically, all his throws are under 10 yards. He's trying to find a back. He's trying to find somebody close by the tight ends, open over the ball. He's not pushing the ball down the field. What they're trying to do is shorten the game when you play a team like this because you know you can't go score for score with them. Let's shorten the game. Let's run this football with this big offensive line we have, talented offensive line we have. Keep Pat Mahomes on the sideline because the best way to beat him is to keep him on the sideline. Because even though you blitz him, Skip, he still has an opportunity to get out of harm's way with his leg and make a big play. But if he's on the sideline, they don't have the defense that's opportunistic and can take the ball away.
Except for Honey Badger. He made one good pick last night.
And remember, Skip, and they tried to run the play outside.
He just nailed it.
And he nailed it.
He was all over.
He's it.
Yep.
Now, you traded a first-round pick for Frank Clark. And you paid him a ton of money. Skip, I need to see some plays.
He got banged up.
Chris Jones.
He got hurt.
You're all right. I need to see something.
Well,
Brashad, Breeland? Skip,
okay. Well, this is the team you picked. Are you having doubts?
I thought they would be better. And we're only, 5 games into the regular season? Skip, they can't get any. Can they get any worse defensively? They're at the bottom. I mean, there's only 32 teams. I mean, at this point in time, you'd be like Clemson. You're going to be saying you're one of the worst teams in the country. You got, this is ridiculous.
To me, it's just Andy Reid all over again. And last night, he was primed in prime time to put on a passing parade show. That's what he wanted to do. So they're running the football is an afterthought. And Marlon Mack was an afterthought because I didn't think he'd be able to go. He was listed as questionable, a 50-50 game.
Why would I be questionable running against Kansas City? Right. I'm playing. If I'm in a wheelchair.
Well, that's what he did.
Put some anointing all on me and let me get up in and rush for a buck fitty.
They didn't think he'd be able to go. And he said, I want to go because against that defense with that line can't dominate everybody, but can dominate that team.
Yes.
It was just road gradering off the football.
They mean, they nasty, they physical. I mean, think about it. They ran the ball 45 times. When's the last time you seen an NFL team run the ball like that?
This time of possession was 37 minutes to 23 minutes. So there you go. But that's what you're up. That's why I warned you. Don't pick this team. This team you can't bet on.
But
it's built on quicksand.
But what you can't do is that you can't turn the ball over. When you have limited amount of possessions, it looked like Shady McCoy was going to have the ball at the 10-yard line, and you get stripped.
That was their only turnover.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Next up, guys, different game. Tom Brady and New